Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a really long time since my last video. So long, in fact, that I don't think I can tell you what it was. Yeah, it's been a really long time. And I have a bunch of cool videos and projects in the works to share with you guys, but I've been really busy the last few months, and I've just kind of like paused all the stuff that I'm doing because I've had too much going on to even deal. So it's been a process. In the middle of August, I moved from Seattle, my beloved city. If any of my Seattle friends are watching, hi, I miss you guys, I love you. To Los Angeles, which is where we are now. We're in my new apartment. It's a loft actually in downtown LA. I'm still kind of getting settled in here, getting like finishing touches done, but then I promise there will be a room, or no, not even a room tour. I'll do a whole fucking house loft tour for you guys once I get everything finished up, because you know me, I'm like a perfectionist and OCD about these things, so nobody's gonna see it if it's not perfect. But I've just been like focused on what's been going on in my own life and not really sharing very much of it. But now I'm settled and I want to do more YouTube videos and vlogs and just share more content here. I love doing video. It's like super fun for me to get out of the text and photo, you know, kind of a flat medium to do video and show you more of like me and my personality, which is I guess like the inspiration for where Stone Cold Betch comes from. So like kind of the brains behind the Betch, if you will. So hopefully there'll be a lot more of these, so be sure to subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. But what I'm gonna be doing today, or tonight, really, it's tonight, which is probably why this lighting is bad. I'm gonna do videos during the day, but I wanted to get this started before I lost any more time, before any of you hate me any more than you probably already do for taking so long to get these out. A Q&A video that's questions from my Twitter followers, probably asked like a few months ago before I like paused everything I was doing and like picked up my life and moved. And then after I moved, I went on vacation to Ibiza, and I've just been super busy this fall, but I'm gonna be home the rest of October. So I'm actually gonna get a chance to do some real work, which I'm super excited about. But I have a list of Q&A questions from my Twitter followers. And so if you guys have any questions or you know, whatever you want to ask me from this or just in general, leave a comment below, tweet me. I'll post, you know, updates saying that I'm going to do my next Q&A on all of my social media channels, which are also linked below if you want to ask, you know, there or whatever. But I want to get into a regular Ask SCP video Q&A situation. So yeah, these are old ones that I just want to get done because I feel bad that I haven't answered them. People have asked. So yeah, let's get started. From Beauty East Coast. Yes, I've missed your YouTube videos so much, smiley face. Me too. If you could only use one beauty product for the rest of your life, what would it be? That would be a NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil, which is actually what I'm currently wearing right now. This is Damned. It's like my favorite color ever for the pencils, I think. But like overall, I don't really know how well you guys can see like my full makeup. This is like a easy fall look that I kind of put together, which I can do a tutorial for if you want. I don't care. I would love to. But NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencils, absolutely. To get back off my tangent. Top stores to shop at for clothing. Don't go to fast fashion, you guys. There's so many alternatives to these convenient stores like Zara, H&M, Forever 21, Missguided, which is a UK brand, which is terrible. I mean, even stores like Gap and like traditional, not like fast fashion that you hear about, often have like issues within their management or with their employees. Like you guys are giving them your hard-earned dollars and they're not returning your hard-earned dollars to the people that deserve them, like the people that make your clothes. It's the people that are up in like the top levels of management that are making these profits off the margins of being like, okay, we're going to export all of our manufacturing out of the US to somewhere where they can underpay or where they don't have actual like labor or human like worker rights laws, and they can make more of a profit to keep themselves rather than letting the people who are actually making your clothes and creating the fashion that you are wearing, letting them benefit and profit from that clothing line's popularity. So I really like Reformation, and then like Vince. I'm wearing actually a Kitten Ace t-shirt, which is technical cashmere. So it's like a cashmere blend that you can wash and machine dry, and it's amazing. It's a fairly new line, I think, but their whole thing is like without integrity, nothing gets done, I think is like their tagline. But they're a great brand. I've invested in a lot of staple pieces from them, like great basic dailies, a ton of t-shirts. They have these great midi dresses. I bought a really great sweater. Besides that, I mean, the thing that I've actually like crazily done is I've kind of stopped shopping. Since I wrote a fast fashion research piece that tipped me off to like all of the terrible truths about the fast fashion industry. And so like I have a hard time answering that because I'm not going out and buying something that you can go and get for $20 anywhere. I'm gonna sit and budget, and I'm gonna spend, you know, like $80 on a tee. Like this, I don't know if this was exactly $80, but like expensive, higher quality items that I know were manufactured in an ethical way, rather than say like, oh, here's what I'm wearing, you should go buy it, like because I'm wearing it. And it's from, you know, Zara or H&M or wherever, because those aren't places that I want to give my hard-earned money to, and I don't think that other people should. So I'm not going to go out and be like, these are my favorite stores, because really, I think most people's initial answers would probably be one of those chains, and like I would rather avoid that question entirely until I can form an educated answer about like the brands and brand practices and manufacturing practices behind the brands that I choose to support, because I've really streamlined my shopping in the last 6 or 8 months after learning about this and like kind of being horrified by the way that people are treated from like just like a basic human standpoint. Like I would never want that job, and it horrifies me to know that we're okay with it, because we are okay and we want cheap stuff and we want new stuff, and we end up throwing away shit. And like I could do an entire video on fast fashion, my favorite brand, so I'll save it and I'll keep going. But yeah, top stores to shop at for clothing, I literally couldn't even tell you because I haven't shopped very much. What's my skincare routine? I don't wear my skincare. Well, I mean, beauty as skincare is like a very real thing. But for my skincare routine, I use mostly Dermalogica products. I use their Essential Cleansing Solution, their Daily Rice Microfoliant, which is amazing. They have like a day lotion with SPF 50, which is awesome. You don't wear SPF, you need to. Like, that is no joke. You do not want skin cancer, you do not want sunspots, you do not want wrinkles. Wear SPF. And I have their Smoothing Night Cream. I use SkinCeuticals Blemish and Age Defense as a like between my cleanser and my lotion, like as a serum. It's amazing as well. I have a great esthetician in Seattle who turned me on to all of this and really got me going on like a skincare regime, which completely helped my face. I never had bad acne, but like my pores got clogged really easily, and I really just didn't look like I had a great complexion, so I would wear makeup to make it look like it did. And now that I take care of my skin, I feel like I don't need to wear face makeup unless I actually have to conceal something or I have dark circles or whatnot. So yeah, whatever your skincare regime is, like make sure that you stick to it. I'd be happy to do another video on that. I'm gonna have so many questions. I feel like if you want me to do like a skincare routine or like some kind of tutorial video, leave a comment and I'll add it to my list because those would be super fun to do, but I don't know what people actually want to know about until you guys say something. So whatever you want, leave a comment, I'll do it. What bit of info or piece of advice do you wish you could tell your younger self? Maybe specifically something about not being sure about what the right post-grad plans are. And then there's another one, any advice for a soon-to-be college grad? I think that the best advice that I could give myself if I could go back in time like 3 or 4 years, or anyone who's graduating and can take my advice and not probably make the mistakes I did, is really, like, don't be scared of making a mistake. Like, don't be terrified that your decision is like something that you are locked into for the rest of your life, whether it's your first job or like, should I move here, or you feel like you're not going to get a job, or this, that, or the other, so you don't even want to try, and you're just like, I don't know what to do, and then you talk yourself into this like whole anxiety attack of like, I'm never going to find anything to do, no one's going to want to pay me, like, I'm not worth anything, like, of course I'm not good enough, like, why would I be, like, this, that, and the other. Like, I've done that many times. I probably still do that on a regular basis, but I'm getting there. I'm working on it. It's just like, don't be afraid to fuck up. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. Like, it is not the end of the world. And if you think that it's the end of the world, like, if you end up dating the wrong guy and you are just head over heels and you end up learning that he is a complete fuckboy, you will hurt very badly, and you may hurt very badly for a long time. But eventually, you will realize that that mistake did not kill you. And that actually probably taught you a lot of valuable lessons that you would not have been in the headspace or being receptive to learning if you didn't get completely slapped in the face with them. Or, I mean, like, taking the wrong job. You can't be scared or second guess yourself about, like, is this a job I want? Should I apply for this? Should I speak up about something? Can I ask a question, or am I going to seem stupid? Anything like that, you might as well do it, because you are going to sit wondering, or you are going to waste more time not knowing how to do what you should be doing if you wait and if you think about it. Like, you just need to go. I cannot tell you how many tears I've cried, how much time I've wasted, how much like self-agony I've put myself through by waiting because I'm scared that it's not going to be good enough, or it's not going to be perfect, because I am a perfectionist and I struggle to do things that are just good enough, because I feel like if it's just good enough, it's not good enough. And like, honestly, like, that's why I haven't put out, YouTube videos, or I haven't done a lot of blog posts, because I haven't had the time to dedicate to putting them together and making them as good as I want them to be, or I expect them to be. Like, I'm doing you guys a disservice, and I'm not doing anything good for myself by holding back on these good ideas, because like, they're not going anywhere, and then it eats at me inside because I haven't done this stuff, but I still don't have the time, but I'm never gonna get the time. So like, I have to be okay with shipping it if it's good enough, and like, that is something that I'm still working on. I will very openly admit that, but it's true. Like, you can't be afraid to make a mistake, and if you do make a mistake, you're gonna learn so much more. My tennis coach in college, when I was playing, always told us, you learn more when you lose than when you win, which is very true. And, I've kind of taken that and I apply that to all aspects of my life now. And, that's very valuable advice. Like, you can be as afraid as you want, but like, fear will kill all of your dreams. And the only way that you can realize and actualize them is if you get over that and you just start. So whatever it is, like, don't be afraid of fucking up. Just do it. Whatever you feel like you need to do, or what is good and right for you, do that. And even if it turns out not to be exactly what you needed or exactly what was right, you will be such a better person for it, and you will be so much smarter and more well prepared for your experiences in the future, for having gone with your gut and just trusted yourself and just done it. I promise. And Brianna. How do your friends and family IRL react to your social media presence? Do they understand your business model? I think people I get it now. I mean, I've had my brand for like 3 years. I had a Twitter before I worked for an agency, and then I just had a like personal account. But since I quit and started my own company, I have had the chance to kind of build out on these ideas that I had first had, a long time ago. So I think they kind of understand that it's not just like me wanting to subtweet about like my random friends, because that's not really what I was doing, or like me wanting to post selfies so like people tell me how pretty I am and I get like thousands of likes on Instagram each day, because that shit doesn't happen. But more that it's like a tool and a platform for me to connect with people that are like me, or that have like interests that I have, or that connect with what I'm saying that I might not be able to reach from like a physical geographical perspective, right? Like that's the great part about social media, is you can connect with people regardless of geographical confines. And so that's really like always kind of been my main driving point behind what I do with my blog. It's, I want it to be kind of this resource for people to go and find advice or find information that they need that's credible, and that's going to be somewhere where it's a real perspective, right? I'm not perfect. I definitely don't think I try to be. I don't try to come off like that. It's just not who I am. And, I've kind of realized, like, after trying to be this, like, cookie-cutter box of, like, oh, I'm a blogger. Like, that's not my style, and that's not going to work for me. And, like, I don't feel good doing that. Like, I'm a white girl. Like, I have white girl problems. I have real white girl problems, and I think that they're valid and real. And that's funny if you're not a white girl with white girl problems. And I'm not trying to, like, put any issues, like, just to, like, white girls or anything. It's just, that's, like, an actual way for me to cope with some of the issues that I deal with, is for me to joke about it. And so that's kind of, like, also a big thing. But I think before they didn't, and now I've had enough time to kind of show people what I'm trying to do and actually put out some of the stuff that I wanted to do, that they get it. And I really think, that they're starting to appreciate it. I don't think that my boyfriend is quite sold on it yet. When we were first dating, he like didn't want to be on my Instagram, but now he's cool with it. Maybe one day I'll get him to even be on YouTube, but I'm not quite sure if that will ever happen. But we can hope. Disco Shark Prince, everyone wants to meet you. But yeah, all in all, I think that, like, now that I've started to talk about, like, I want to do a mental health series, I want to do a fast fashion research series, like, people understand that I'm not just here for the personal satisfaction and gratification and free stuff. Like, those are great benefits, and, like, I get really cool opportunities based on the work that I do and the support that I get from you guys, but it's so much more than that. And I think now people understand that, and so they're much more, I guess, kind of, like, open to what I do, and me being like, okay, I need to take a, like, photo of our food and, this, that, and the other, rather than being kind of, like, put off by, like, why are you sharing that with the internet? So it's been a process, but it's been good. And now I think that, it's more of a joke now. I'm like, I gotta do something for, like, gotta post this on Instagram, and it's, like, funny. So people get it now. It's great. Do you eat clean all the time, or do you track what you eat too? What are your main focus points with health or fitness? I cheat a lot. I eat a shitload of cheat meals. And I did not used to be quite so lenient with my diet, I guess. But, like, I've also lost 45 pounds. So I don't think that it's wrong that I'm not as strict as I used to be. But when I do cook at home and stuff, I try to eat pretty clean. Stick to, like, vegetables, lean protein. I eat a lot more plant protein now. Kind of just, like, simple stuff, but, like, herbs and spices and seasonings, so it makes it taste bomb. I'm, like, a salad connoisseur. I drink a lot of wine, and I'm still a complete sucker for candy, like Reese's and Snickers. I love that shit. So it's, like, it's really balanced, and I'm not good at being balanced, so it's typically kind of an extreme balance, but I'm working on it. But my main focus points with health and fitness is, like, at this point, I want to be healthy. I had a lot of injuries. I've still got a really messed up shoulder from playing tennis in high school and college. You know, I did CrossFit competitively. I competed at regionals on our team for 2 years. I just want to be strong and toned and feel good. Like, I want to be proud of the body that I have, because I spent a lot of years not being comfortable in my own skin and not feeling that good about myself from like a physical perspective, even though I was like, I'm doing all the right things in life. And then I'm eating my feelings because like something about my life is not perfect and wonder why I gained all this weight. But I mean, now it's kind of like like finding the middle balance and like routine per week that I like and that is, you know, feasible and that works for me and is going to give me the body that I want. Like, I don't want to lose any more weight. Like, I want to tone up. I want to be like firm and like strong, but I don't need to be as big and jacked as I was when I was doing CrossFit, and I don't need to be, you know, a completely enlightened yogi either. Like, I can do kettlebells in my house. I can go to yoga up the street, and then I can go to happy hour with my friends. Like, that's kind of my like health and fitness goals, is I want to find a balance, and I'm working to create that. And like that, I think, is something that is very hard for me and maybe for other people too. But like, I'm either like, I'm totally gonna be healthy, or I'm like, I'm totally on a party weekend, and then I feel like shit on Monday and I'm like, I'm never doing that again come next weekend, and I'm like, oh, it's fine. Balance is key. My question is simple. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Did you prepare this path, and are you following a plan? Or are you reacting to changes in the landscape that made you change your path? That may have been 3 questions, but in a world that changes so rapidly, can we pick one path for ourselves and not deviate from it? That's actually a good question. Questions. In 5 years, I see myself doing this kind of stuff still. I'm not sure that it'll be the exact same. I would love to be doing more of it, working with, you know, other people and great brands that are interested in the same things that I am and have the same values that I hold. You know, I would like to say that I'm going to be like married with kids, but I also thought that, you know, 5 years ago I was going to be married with kids here today, and that's not the case at all. And I'm quite glad at the way that my life has turned out as it has so far. So I'm not complaining, and I'm pretty excited to see what kind of surprises are in store for me in the future. But I would say that I'm not following a plan so much as I am reacting to changes in the landscape that make me change my path. I never would have planned to move out of Seattle. You could ask any of my friends. I lived there, you know, the previous 26 years of my life. And this summer I was just like, this isn't working. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like this is not working for me right now, and I love this city too much, and I don't know why I need to leave, but I don't want to feel how I do about this place. All my friends live here, my parents are here, like, everything I love is here, so why don't I love being here? And so in like mid-July, we planned to list my house, and it was like a week of showing hell, and then we got an offer a week later, and I had until the end of the month to pack up my shit and move out, which was so crazy because I was like, I'm gonna move to LA probably in January. But when you're talking about the real estate market, you don't have that assurance that you're gonna get, you know, due value for your real estate when you want. And the real estate market over the summer in Seattle was hot, so I pretty much had that as my only opportunity to sell my house then, because I bought my house 2.5 years ago when I was working in Seattle and just on a completely different career and life path, and I had no idea that it would change. So I kind of blindly went into this new phase of my life. I found this place, which we are now, in LA, like 2 weeks before I moved, and I was like, this is it, this is where I want to be, sign my lease. And yeah, I mean, I moved down here, and I know I'm lucky because I have a bunch of friends that are down here, and it's not like I moved down here completely as a stranger to the city. I've been here a lot, but this just seemed like the right place for me and, you know, my brand, and to work on building that and doing the things that I really want to pursue that are close to my heart. So, I mean, I'm kind of making my plan as I figure it out, but I don't feel like I'm flying by the seat of my pants, because I have a very firm idea of the vision and mission that I want to serve me as myself, and in the work that I do, and with my brand, and with my blog as a platform, and how I want to connect with you guys here. So while the how is kind of flexible, like, the things I want to accomplish, like, they're very, very tangible goals for me. So I hope that answered that question. That was kind of like a long-winded, distracted answer. I think if you pick a path for yourself, you can deviate from it. I think that I'm picking the path to pursue this idea that I had with Soko Betch, and I'm not deviating from it. I did that, and I didn't enjoy doing the same work for somebody else who so clearly didn't care about what I did, or the people that were receiving the work that I did on the other end, like you guys. And so I began to resent it. And I was like, I'm not giving up on this, because this is what makes me, like, really get fired up and, like, honestly, like, feel alive. Like, it's exhilarating to get the opportunity to do this. Like, I feel lucky, even though it scares me, to do this kind of stuff sometimes. And so, like, when you say a path, like, you can, like, that can be anything, right? You can pick an idea, you can have a vision, you can have a goal, whatever it is. You don't have to deviate from that. But the way that you accomplish that, or that you keep yourself on that path, yeah, that can change. That can be flexible. If you are so rigid in wanting to do what you want to do and how you do it, you're not going to get anywhere, because you're going to get so caught up in your process that you're going to miss all these dynamic day-to-day opportunities that exist before you, but, like, you're too busy being stuck in your, you know, list and action items and how you do these things. Like, you can't lose the opportunity of the moment because you want or have some idea or think that how it should be in the current moment should be some other way, right? Then you're fucking up. Yes, you can commit to a path and how you follow it being different than how you expected it to be. Deviate from it if it seems to be, like, the right thing to do. I probably shouldn't have left my, like, stable corporate paying job, but I wasn't happy. And I'm not going to take a paycheck from a boss who doesn't respect me if I can earn a similar paycheck doing work on my own. No matter how much harder I have to work, how much longer, no matter, you know, how much more stressful it is for me to have to take on learning all these new things and figuring out all this stuff on my own. It's so gratifying to do that. And I would so rather spend my time doing this kind of stuff than doing what I did. But that's not the path that I had envisioned for myself. But when I think about myself in the future, I see it so much more clearly based off what I'm doing now. It seems like I'm aligned more with my path by not being rigid and fixed and holding on to this idea of a path that I thought would be right for me that is so clearly wrong. Like, don't be afraid of change. Okay, sorry, my video camera died, which I didn't even realize was a thing on the video setting, but apparently it is, so I'm gonna figure that out. But to close up my points from that last question, pretty much it goes back to the advice for, you know, my 3-year younger self. It's like, don't be afraid of change. Like, don't be afraid to change just because what you want to be doing is different than what you expected of yourself to be doing, because that is a slow way to end up hating everything you do. Believe me, I've been there. Just listen to me. Like, don't be afraid to try something new, take a risk, like, fuck up, make a mistake. Like, you will learn a lot and you will figure your shit out, and then you'll have all your shit together and everything will be perfect. This is like my daily mantra as I try to figure out my life. But I mean, it's all true. And I'm still not the greatest at pushing myself to take risks. Like, I've said this many times over in this video alone, like I'm a perfectionist and I don't like doing things that aren't like up to my unrealistic expectations. But I would not be here today if I hadn't gotten over myself a few times to just like put myself out there. And this is kind of me doing that again, because I feel like I have said a lot of things, and there are some days where I feel like I absolutely do not have the credibility to be saying what I am at all, but today I do. And I'm feeling more and more like I have aligned with, you know, my purpose and my passion, and I've put those together and I've created a path for myself. And I don't know where it's going, and I don't know exactly how to do it, but each day I learn more and more. And like every risk I take teaches me so much more about myself and about how to do what I want to do and really what I want to do. So like, go out and fucking get it. Like, don't be scared. There's only worthwhile lessons and great experiences on the flip side of making these like life-ending terrible mistakes that everyone is so scared of in their heads. So I think that's enough for my Q&A today. I definitely didn't cover them all, but I haven't looked at these in a really long time, so definitely kind of like talked each one out. I really like doing this though. So leave a comment below if you have any questions. I'll try to make this a weekly thing. If people like it, like I'll do it more. So if you did like this video and you want to see me film more Q&As, answer more of your like crazy beauty, love, life, weight, health, and fitness, really like ask me fucking anything. I don't care. I'm an open book. So if you watched this all the way through, I love you. Thank you so much. And yeah, leave a comment, subscribe, like this video so I feel good about myself. Okay, love you guys. Until next time, bye.